Good afternoon, welcome back. Did you enjoy that show? Those Cadence products are amazing, aren't they? Honestly, that company, I don't know how they keep coming up with new ideas, but they do. Thank goodness, right? It's fabulous. Right, first of all, let me introduce you to the team for this hour. I've got some stencil sales for you. We've got Lewis on cameras this morning.
Hello.
Afternoon, even. Mondays are always really weird because I get up super early to drive here and then go straight into Makeover Monday, and then it's like afternoon before you even realise it. We've got Andrew producing.
Howdy.
In this hour, and you've got me for an hour demonstrating some stenciling. So we're going to go right back to the basics. I like doing that sometimes, do you? It's good, isn't it? Right, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about live shopping with us here at Highlight Crafts. Couldn't be easier to shop with us while you watch. You can watch us on YouTube, so you can put us on your TV. You can also watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code, and all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comment underneath the video, and that will automatically pop it into a basket for you. Then we're going to send you a direct message, and within that message you will find a link. Click on the link and that will take you to highlightcrafts.com, where you can then log into your account and check out your basket. Now then, logging in is super important. Even if you're already a club member, you need to log into your account for us to then know that we are adding in that discount and those points, and if you get your basket spent to over £35, we pay the postage. If you don't log in, none of that can apply. So you need to have an account with us. If you haven't got one, literally just go to the website, open an account, it's free. But what sets us apart from a lot of other websites out there is that we give you extra discount on every single order. Not just your first one or your first two, all of them. Doesn't matter whether you're buying a scan and cut or whether you're buying a bottle of glue, you will still get your discount. Then we also give you those points back for every single pound that you spend, which is amazing. Now then, if you would prefer to shop with us on our website, highlightcrafts.com, just pop over there, press watch live, press play, and as soon as that show starts to stream, you will see all the items open up down the left-hand side of your screen. You then simply select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will go into a little red shopping bag that will appear at the top of your screen. When you're ready to log in and check out, click on that bag, and that will take you through that process. Now then, if you would like reminders before all of our shows, just type live into the comments underneath the video, and that will give us permission to send you those notifications. And you can shop ahead from midnight. So at midnight, all the deals for all the shows open up and you can shop ahead. I know there's a lot of you staying inside today because it's a bit windy out there, isn't it? A bit windy and a bit wet. So we're staying inside and crafting today, which is lovely, isn't it? Right, shall we get stuck in? So first of all, we have got our Galaxy mandalas. Now I love these. You're getting 16 of them. So it works out at less than £1 a stencil. No, we're not starting with this one, Andrew. Sorry, I don't think it's laid out in counter order.
No, it's not. It's
In fact, I don't think I've got the main two items.
right, well, I'll get a call in.
Okay, let me get them off here. Bear with. I don't think I have. I know. Right, let's get these sorted out. So, let's get this sorted out first of all. You can have a look at those.
Are they not the ones on the back?
Oh, they are the ones on the back.
For the day.
It's only Monday. Oh, yes, they're on the back. Right, let's start with these though. Now, small Galaxy mandalas, because they're laid out and they're ready to go. Right, you're going to get 16 of these. What I love about these is you can pattern bill with them. Oh, we haven't got a lot of these. We've got a handful left. So, your open flower. Now, you could draw inside of there and doodle inside of it. You could paste through it. You could use your blending inks through it. You could use your paint through it. But look at all the different ones that you're getting in here. That, for your backgrounds, for your Christmas cards, is going to be perfect. Got a little bit of a nod to Celtic in there as well. And all of these different ones. Now, if you were lucky enough to get the deal that we had on last week with the foiling pen, where you bought the foils and you got the pen free. These are going to be perfect for that pen. Okay, so just small little areas. You could literally put, let's say for example, you could have, let's just get rid of all these off here and then I can show you this. You could have that one in the middle of your card, and then you could have that one at the bottom and that one at the top, and make a nice tall slim DL card if that's what you wanted to do. Also, don't think about just using it as a full piece. Use half of it and just create a border that goes down the side of your canvas or your card or your page, whichever. Love that one. That's proper funky, isn't it? You could also draw inside, use these on your parchment if you've got an embossing ball tool. A very fine ball tool, we'll go through those as well. But you're getting 16 of them. And I like small stencils because you can make them bigger. That's the good thing about them, isn't it? You can actually just make them the size that you want them to be. So if you want that one, it's Shop Galaxy. It's $9.99 for 16 of them. That's brilliant. Right, next, small Cosmos we have next. Let's see what's in this one. It's like dealing cards, isn't it, this? Oh, these are quite nice. We've got some quite tattoo-esque one there a little bit, haven't we? And again, you can just use small sections of these if you wanted to. In fact, if you masked that off like that, you could just use it as a corner. Back of an envelope, back of a card, inside of your card, just very, very lightly done so that it works with your insert perfectly. But you're going to get all of these. I love that. That's a good one if you're dotting as well, because you've got a guide there. These are absolutely fabulous. I own loads of stuff like this. And it might be that you're making a card and it just needs a background, but you're not quite sure what. This could be that background. So if you want this one, it's Shop Cosmos. They're $9.99 and you're getting 16 of them. Right, these, we haven't got many of these either. I'm just letting you know. This is why they're in the sale. So we brought you loads and loads and loads of different stencils. These are now the last remaining few. So we've done the deal for you. Clear them out, then we can make space for more new stuff. I've just found out I've got a clay show tonight by myself. That could get a bit messy, being clay, couldn't it? Here's a story there about clay. I'll tell you that tonight with me and Stephanie. Got ourselves in a lot of trouble. Shop Cosmos will get you that. Has it gone, Andrew?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Got one left.
Got one left. Right, okay, next. Now then, where are we going next? Let's do this one next. Don't know what it is. Yeah?
Yep.
Shop Cross. I love these. These are absolutely fabulous. When I first got married, which was the early 90s, we bought our first house and we stenciled it to within an inch of its life. The floorboards were done, the walls were done, the cabinets were done, the dresser was done, all of it was done. And these are fantastic. Now, rather than bringing you big stencils, which obviously become more expensive, what we've done is we've bought you the borders, but we've also bought you these 4 half doilies, which are absolutely stunning. Now, David's been bringing you a lot of paste recently, whether it's the Capella, the Sirius, the relief paste that we've been bringing you as well, but these are going to look fabulous. He also brought you a transparent paste last week. If you manage to get that, this is going to be, I love a transparent paste, because if you're working with artwork like we brought you this morning with those beautiful ladies on and all those gorgeous peonies and roses, sometimes you don't want colour to detract from that, but you need something else. The transparent paste is brilliant for that, but you can also create something very, very delicate with paint, and we've got the perfect paints on the show for you on a tremendous deal. Can I just say that out loud? Now, the other thing about stencils is, don't think just because you're a card maker you can't use stencils, because you cut that in half, that's a corner on a 6x6 card. So is that one. So is that one. This can be a border through the middle of your card, and then all you need is the sentiment, and that can be your card done. Stencils are so versatile. Also, you could run these through your Pro Cut with the rubber shim and get an embossed finish on there as well. But if you're in the mood for tackling something that's going to look really spectacular, your foil pen through these are going to look amazing. Don't be put off by open areas. If you've got the wide nibs, they'll fill those brilliantly. So if you want those, if you want to add to your stash of stencils, and in my opinion, you can never have enough. And I wasn't a stencil person at all. And then I went to Cadence and everything changed. And that was it. That's all I need to say about it, really, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful value for money. Now, rather than bringing you full doilies, we're just giving you half of them so you can flip that over and create the whole one if you want. Maybe you got those hat boxes, you know, the big hat boxes, 10%. 10%'s already there. Those big round hat boxes that we were bringing you the other day. Imagine that stenciled with a mandala on the top. And then that beautiful lace trim all the way around. That would look rather spectacular, wouldn't it? Love that. Love that. And every time I try and get those hat boxes, you bought them all. Now then, borders. Let's talk about these. These are fabulous. So you can use them vertically or horizontally, whichever you prefer. Again, we've got quite a little bit of a nod to Celtic in there as well. And then this really, really delicate, gentle one. This would be lovely with the lace because it almost has that lace trim down the side of it. Then you've got one that's quite Baroque in style. That would be lovely with your Mixi-on glue and your metal leaf. You've got one here now. I really like this because if you take away those two little swirls there, you've got a heart. So you could use that for lots and lots and lots of different occasions. Then you've got your florals, and last but by no means least, you've got that stunning rose, which is very, very special. If you are a scrapbooker and you like 12 by 12, these are going to become your best friend because you can create line, which will draw the recipient's eye across a page and take them on the journey that you want to take them on. It's very clever. So if you want all of those, all 6 of them, they are shop borders, $14.99. That's ridiculous. That's what? Less than £2.50 each before your discount. Is that right? Andrew, just divide $14.99 for me by 6, please. I need an accurate number.
£2.50.
£2.50 before you discount. That's ridiculous. Look at the size of those stencils. £2.50. Right, grab them while you can. Right, next one we're going on to is birds and foliage. Now, these are slightly larger. And again, if you're somebody that likes making really inky or bright, funky backgrounds, maybe it's paint, maybe it's spritzers, maybe it's inks, maybe it's on your jelly plate, whatever it is, these are then going to look amazing stenciled over the top of them just in black. So you're creating that silhouette. These are wonderful. Now you could just use that bit or you could just use that bit. Don't think you have to use the whole thing. You can isolate these really, really, really easily. These are flying out as well. You're doing very well today, aren't you guys? You're getting all these deals. I love this. And then you've got this one. And you've also got this one. These would be nice with your 2 red robins as well, wouldn't they? Some of those little characters just popping in between all those lovely little grasses there. And then, last but by no means least, because you're getting 6 stencils in this, you're also going to get these. This is going to be invaluable because it will help you make a wreath. So just very gently take a die, just take a circle die, draw around it in a very, very thin pencil, like something like our mechanical pencils will be good, and then just follow that curve round. And it's already curved, and if you think, yeah, but I need one facing the opposite way, there you go. Easy, right, when you've got stencils. So Shop Birds, $19.99 is going to get you all 6 of those. That's another great deal. And remember, you're not paying the price that you see on the screen, because you're going to take off your discount. Right, next set are the florals. Now then, you've got a lot of scope in here because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual floral elements in there. You then get the grass, which I like. You also get the butterflies and the dragonflies, and you can create a whole border or a whole background with these. These are great. Oh, now then, you've got to have this one. This is crucial. in your crafting this one, because not only have you got the beginning of your wreath there that you can put all your little die cuts inside of, but you've got all your different foliage on this one as well. So these are going to be brilliant coming up to Christmas. Maybe you're going to paint your Christmas cards. Maybe that's what you're going to do. Maybe you're just going to have them all stenciled with paint or ink, whichever you prefer. Then you've got the sunflowers with them facing sideways, so either looking up at the sun or looking at each other. If the sun isn't out, I think that's the cutest little fact. It's nearly as cute as otters holding hands while they sleep so they don't lose each other. Isn't that lovely? I love the idea of that. And then, oh, look at those. They're rather special. I like those. Oh, I love these. This is going to have to go in my stash, I think. Shop Floral, $19.99. These, if you like really simple cards, if you got the Dymo label maker the other day, that stenciled with one of those words on is all you need on your card. So if you do need something really quick but very striking, absolutely, those are for you. Shop Floral, $19.99. Right, let's have a look at some slimline ones now, because these are nice if you do like, if you like making tags, things like that. Maybe you've made loads of tags on your jelly plate and you're now ready to add something over the top. These are going to be fabulous for this. This is Shop Floral and it's set 2.
Sold out.
It's gone.
Gone.
Okay,
Gone.
not having that one then. Oh, you've got to be quick. Got to be really quick. Right, let's do the mandala then.
The
Universe.
ones have gone.
Oh, blinking heck. Right, have we got floral set 4?
With the daubers.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, good. Thank goodness for that. Got something to work with. Right, now these are great as well. Again, if you just want really quick, simple cards, these with your foil pen on black will look absolutely gorgeous. You might need to go in and just pop some of the little holes out in there, but look how fabulous they are. Now, on top of those, you're also going to get 8 of your little finger daubers that literally just fit on your finger, pick up your paint, pick up your ink, dab it off, and then right the way through your stencil. Those eight daubers, you're probably looking at the best part, $3.99 for those. And the whole thing is only $7.99. That's a cracking deal, that. If you want something just in the background, maybe you want it really, really faded out, or maybe you want it bright and bold, and you're going to use your Mixi-On glue, or your stencil glue from Pinflair with your metal leaf. Shop Bundle is going to get you those 4 stencils plus the 8 daubers for $7.99. We're good here, aren't we? Love it when we bring shows like this because it's deals. Right, now then, personalisation. Now this is clever. So you have the full alphabet on here, okay? And if you wanted to say hi, you can literally slot these into each other like that, line them up at the bottom, and then stencil through them. You've got the whole alphabet. There are I think there's more than just the letters though, there is. So you get the hearts, you also get the @ you also get your $sign, you get your question mark and your exclamation mark, you get a percentage, and then you get all of your letters and numbers. Okay, so this is a really comprehensive one. If you want to make bunting for a special occasion, a special birthday, whatever it is, you've got all your letters, your full alphabet. Oh, thank goodness. It'd be a bit bad if we didn't say your full alphabet, wouldn't it? And your numbers in there as well. So you can make any name, any word, any date, any age. Absolutely brilliant. I love this. And I like the font as well. It's quite simple in its style. Now, last year, when we did the NEC and Glasgow, we did the hot foil pen at the shows. And some of the embossing stencils that we bring you know, when we bring you the regular stencil and then the embossing one that you can put through your die cutting machine, I did those just with the, I think they did a candy cane one, I think there was a poinsettia and a thistle. And then I used dies for the letters, and they were really simple, but you could use these. You could absolutely use these. Now I would stencil it first and then run it through, so you'll get that raise if you wanted to, but that is a cracking set. So you're getting all your numbers, all your alphabet, and some of your punctuation in there as well, which is great. That one is Shop Letter. Good grief. That's down from £19.99 to £8.49. Andrew's doing that. That's how many we've got left. £8.49. Come on, guys, you've got to have that one, haven't you? You've got to. Please have that one. That is incredible. Think about doodling inside there as well. They'd be really cool. Right, now then, we have some larger stencils for you, and these are absolutely beautiful. This is your cherry blossom. So you are getting that cherry blossom branch. Okay, we've got one left. Whoever's, are you doing this on purpose at home? Making everything sell out and then I have nothing to demonstrate with and I can't sing. Then you've got all these, which are fabulous for your backgrounds. I love stencils like this, worker stencils, I call them. I think they're fabulous. Then you're also going to get smaller branches, but still within that cherry blossom. So if you had 3 quite large canvases, you could do these right the way across, 3 or 4 different panels. And then last but by no means least, you've got the more delicate of the cherry blossom branches. If you've got Eastern Elements or cherry blossom rise, and you want to print some of those backgrounds onto rice paper, these are going to look fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. But again, card making. Don't think stencils are just for mixed media and messy stuff. Absolutely not. I use stencils all the time for different things, which is great. Right, let's have a look at some of these sentiments, shall we? So we've got positivity. Right, give us a minute. I have to get these bits out because otherwise it'll annoy me. Those bits, there we are. Right. Start every day with a smile. There you are. Positive affirmations. Now, these would be really good on your t-shirts, sweatshirts, all that kind of thing. Maybe you're going to do them on a tablet case, something like that. But positive affirmation, I love that. One of the first things I do in the morning is there's somebody I follow on Instagram that does positive affirmations, and I start my day like that. Be happy. It's better than the alternative, being miserable, isn't it? Love these. These are fab. These would be really nice if you are somebody that loves your art journaling or your bullet journaling and you want to get somebody else into it. These would be lovely on the front of a book. Just buy an inexpensive book and then put these in the moment. That is my mantra for life. Live in the moment. And then last, is that it? These are 3 there, Andrew? Yeah, 3. So all of those 3. So you've got live in the moment, be happy, and start every day with a smile. Shop positivity. Nice, like that. $9.99. Simple, right? Next one. Dream big. Here's another one. Follow your heart. Absolutely. There you go. Follow your heart. You've also got dream big. That's lovely, isn't it? That'd be nice on a baby's room wall, and then you could put little one at the bottom. Dream big, little one. That lovely. And then also make it happen. Just make it happen. All 3 of those. Shop Dream, $9.99. Should be $14.99, so you've got a nice saving on those as well. Right, now then, alphabets. So important. Love an alphabet, because when you've got letters, you've got words. When you've got words, you've got sentences and phrases. So let's go through these, shall we? Again, we haven't got a lot of these left either, but this is lovely. This is probably one of my favourite fonts that we've brought you as a stencil. Before anybody asks, these will not be SVG files. These are ones that we have brought in from an external source, so it's not our artwork. Love that one. It reminds me of, there is a Disney film, Andrew, that has writing like this. Do you know which one I mean?
Is it the one with Bruno?
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's going to drive me crazy now.
Pixar?
It might be, yeah.
Enchanto?
Enchanto, that's it. Enchanto, it just reminds me of that. I don't know why, but it's New Orleans for me, that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know why though, do you? Because it's quirky and funky, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carnival.
Yeah, it is like Carnival. I thought it was just me losing the plot, but obviously Andrew's losing it with me. There you go. Now you've got your brush lettering in there as well. I love that fact that you've got uppercase and lowercase. Remember, you can just mask these off with a little bit of tape. Then you've got this font, and this is quite grown up, isn't it? This would be nice on a man's card, actually, this one. Quite bold and striking. Then we also have this one for you, like, oh, there's none of these that I wouldn't use. And it's really important when you're using a font, think about the theme and the mood of the project that you're doing. So if you're doing something for the children, you would probably use a softer font or a funkier font. Whereas if you're doing something that's a bit more grown up, you would probably use something like this. And again, your foil pens. Think about if you're doing your Christmas cards, just write in Noel on the front, or joy, or peace, or love, or whatever it is. Love this one. This is one that I would use for children because it's got that curve, that softness to it. Then you're also going to get this one, which is full of icons. So you get all your numbers across the top. You've got your little Wi-Fi code there, look. You've got lots and lots of different little shapes. You've got headphones, you've got umbrellas, you've got sunglasses, you've got a pair of scissors on there, you've got shoes, all sorts of different things on that one. Then you're also going to get this one. Love this. Reminds me of, you know, when they used to cut letters out of a newspaper and pretend it was a ransom note. Remember that? Reminds me of that a little bit. And then last but by no means least, you have also got that font as well. So you're getting 10 alphabets in total. Shop one, £19.99. Wow. Instead of £29.99, you've got a £10 discount on that one today, which is good. Right, last set of stencils now. Let's go through these alphabets as well. Love these as well. Really, really quirky. Look at that. That reminds me of the Grinch. There's those swirly things, very synonymous, aren't they, with that style? So you've got that one, that'd be beautiful foiled. Then you're also going to get this one, which is perfect for your winter because it's got the little bit of ice and snow. Maybe you're going to use the paste that David just had on, the shine one, or the, what was the other one called? Sparkle? Frost? Can you remember? Frost. Maybe you're going to use the frost because you can use it with a brush, so you could add that onto there. Then this is a funky one. I like this one too. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Love that. I do like fonts. I'm obsessed with fonts, actually. That's very, very elegant. So if you are buying somebody a diary and you want to foil it with their name on and 2026, I know, where's that year gone? Amazing. Then you've got kind of a little bit of a graffiti style one in here as well. That's funky, isn't it? Great for the teenagers, that one. They're into the gaming, that kind of thing. This one, very retro in its style. Top of the Pops, that reminds me of. Isn't it funny how fonts just evoke memories? And then you've got this one. Now, I like this. This is lovely. This is the family tree that has all the letters coming out of it. Plus it has happy and good, all your numbers and some of your punctuation. This is a great one for the new little people in our lives with the building blocks. Cute. So you're getting that one as well. Then you're also going to get this one. This reminds me of a calculator or a digital clock. And then last but by no means least, my favourite font, which is the dot font. So wherever there is an end to a line, you put one of these little dots on. This would look really nice foiled, and then using your rhinestone starter kit, if you've got your rhinestone kit with your hot fixed rhinestone tool, the other way with Amanda, they're going to be really, really lovely with that. Right. That's all your stencils that we've got on the show for you. Let's have a look at some paints, shall we? Because we've got these on a cracking deal for you. So first of all, these are a slightly different paint to your normal hybrid acrylics. They'll still go on lots of different surfaces, but if you want your hybrids will go on all different surfaces. This paint's a little bit looser than a hybrid, and it's a little bit nicer for stenciling with because it has a little bit of a more of a fluid flow. It's not runny by any stretch of the imagination, but it does have a different flow to it. Now then, we've got a proper treat for you here. So Shop Bright, first of all, is going to get you all 10 of these colours, okay? Instead of being £51.24, we've brought the whole bundle down to £29.99. Now then, before I just go through the paint with you, I'm just going to introduce you to these. Now, these are little blending brushes, okay? They feel like the inside of puppies' ears. They're that soft. They're super, super, super soft. Now, personally, I wouldn't necessarily use these with paint. I'd use them with ink. But I have paid £9.99 for 5 brushes just like those. So we're looking at about £2 a brush, which is amazing. So take the £9.99 off, because that's what your brushes are costing you. You're getting 10 Harmony paints from Cadence for £20, £2 a bottle. Why would you not? Keep your hybrids for when you're working on trickier surfaces, like your plastics and your resins and all that kind of thing, and use these as your everyday paint for your stenciling. They're absolutely fabulous. I also love the fact that you've got the white in here and the black. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard me say this before, but we get new people joining us all the time. When you have a pure colour, so for example that blue, if you add white to it, you get what they call a tint, because you're making it lighter by adding white, so you get a pastel shade of it, but you'll get hundreds of different shades depending on the quantities that you mix. If you add black to a pure colour, you get a shade because it makes it darker, like a shadow. If you add white and black and mix a grey and then add it, it knocks the colour back, so it makes it look more vintage. And it's a really cool thing to do, actually. Just get something like this and just have a play around with different colour blends, because it's really interesting to see all the different colours that you can make just out of those 10. Plus, you've got your red, your yellow and your blue in there, so you can make all your primary colours. Now then, Shop Bright is going to get you all 10 paints plus the 5 blending brushes. Shop Bright, £29.99, down from £39.99. They're normally £39.99 without the brushes. So you're normally paying £3.99. You take the cost of those brushes off, which is about £9.99, and you're getting an absolutely cracking price on that. Just phenomenal. Right, now then, let's go on to the pastel. Go Shop Blend, this one. So you have got those softer, gentler colours in here. You've got a very, very pretty soft pastel pink. You've got a mauve in there, a baby blue. You've got sun yellow, pastel green, light pinkish orange. Oh, they could think what to call that one, could they? Then you've also got your light green, your baby pink, your vanilla yellow and your lilac in there as well. And you will get your blending brushes with that set as well. Shop Blend, £29.99 will get you all that little lot sent to your home. Fabulous, right? Now then, these, love these with paint for stenciling, because it gives you that stippled finish, it gives you that texture. Now these aren't your box standard ones that you can go into, you know, the little kids department in one of the high street stores and pick these up. These wooden handles are actually melted into that foam. They come from the brand of Royal and Langnickel, which is an artist quality brand, and you're going to get 2 sets of them for £10.99, so you'll get 20 in total. Now they come in 3 different sizes, and they are fabulous for using with paint. The sponge doesn't drink it all up into that handle, it literally holds it on the surface. It's a fabulous product, and I find stenciling with these much easier. You can use brushes as well, but I just find it easier with these little stippler ones because of those different sizes. So if you want those, shop double, £10.99 will get you 20 of those sponges before your discount. And then one more product that you have to have in your stash. This is essential. Your Cadence Stencil Spray, still one of my top products from Cadence, because it never strings, it never goes gloopy, it doesn't leave any residue. It's just blinking brilliant. And if you haven't got this, you need it in your life. I also use it with my foil pen. So if you are using your foils with the stencils that we've got for you today, this is going to be an absolute must-have. Right, shall we go and do something? Shall we go craft? Come on, let's go over here. Got any questions, Andrew?
Not yet.
Oh, God. I mean, I'm doing my job properly then for once. Hey? Right, shall we do this? Let's do, which one do I choose now? This is now, let's do this one. This is a nice one. So this is from your set of 6 borders. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's there. Right, so first thing we're going to do, I'm going to work on a board, on a canvas board, and this is a 10-inch by 10-inch one. So I'm just looking at where I'm going to line my stencil up to. I'm going to go right to the top, like that. But if I start stenciling now, it's just going to move. So the best product you can use is this little beauty. You don't need a lot. And you definitely don't need to use it every single time you use a stencil, okay? You don't need to retack it all the time. You just want a nice light spray, because this is a bigger stencil, put a little bit more on than normal. And then I'm just going to waft, okay? And this will just let that air activate that glue. You can feel now, look, pick it up. You don't want it much tackier than that. If you do that, and your hand sticks to it like that, you're good to go. Now then, just always go into your stencils before you start and just make sure that all the little holes are poked out properly, and if they're not, poke them out, because you don't want to get all the way around. There's a little bit there that's just stuck a little bit, so we'll just go in there and snip it out. Don't be scared of doing this either. Just snip that out. Come on, scissors. I think I'm ready for some new scissors. 15 years old these scissors are. You need a clean, I know that much. Oh, I bet we've got a Decton sharpener. Come on. Now I'm getting cross. Those, if you ever see the Decton knife sharpener on a show, they're really, really good for your sharpening your stencil. Your scissors, rather. Right, got you. Right, let's pop that up there now, like that. So I'm looking at these ends here, just to make sure that I've got the right amount on either side. Otherwise it'll be wonky. Right, and then, just because I know what I'm like, I'm going to put a little bit of tape just along underneath there. Just because those little teardrops there come down quite low, and I don't want it to go onto my main canvas. Right, let's move those out the way. Right, so when you're doing something like this, you want to get this pressed down nice and firmly. And then we'll start with, I'm going to use the lilac, the pink, the yellow, the green. Might just stick with those 4 colours. So I'm going to start with let's think about this. I'm going to start with the pink, then go into lilac, then go into green, then go into yellow. Okay, so we've got our pinkier tones first, our lilacs and our pinks. So give this a shake. If you ever find that this is happening like this, or you've got all paint around the edge, get rid of it, because that's going to affect the seal, and you don't want this paint to dry up in the bottle. Look at that. See, even though that's not a hybrid, look how it's held its consistency there. That is Cadence quality. But take the cost of those brushes off and you're paying, this is ridiculous, you're paying £2 a bottle before you discount. Right, now then, stippling brushes. So, or stippling sponges rather, you can see the texture that you're going to get. What I want you to do is pick up a little bit of paint and just work it into that sponge, okay? So put it down, press it in, and then just swirl it out. And then let's get rid of a little bit. We're just going to start at the top and we're going to work our way down. Now you can swish it like that if you want to go around in small circles. I actually really like the look and finish that you get when you just pounce it, because it gives you a much softer blend. So what you could do is start in the middle like this and go quite dense just by swirling it. And this is why you need these kind of sponges, but you need the professional quality ones, because if you do that with an inferior sponge, it's just going to split on that stencil, and we don't want that. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to swirl, and then as I get to about here, I'm just going to start to stipple and blend that out, because it doesn't have to be a full block colour. It can be nice and just very softly blended out. So if I lift this up now, you can see now he's starting to just take it away from the edge as you get over there, okay? Right, I'm just going to bring that pink down a little bit more, just working with that shape, and then I'm just going to blend that out over there like that, okay? And these sponges are wash, so you'll use them literally till they drop to bits, which will be a long time. I've got things like this from years and years ago that still work really well. Any spare paint like that, you're going to put back into the bottle, because we're not wasting Arcaden's paint for anybody, are we? Absolutely not. Right, if you struggle with the lids, just get a pair of scissors like that. You see what's happened there? That paint has just started to dry around there, and then it can't seal properly. So let's put another little bit down there. Don't need much more than that. Let's get another one of our larger blending sponges, but work it in. That's the key, okay? If you just pick up a blob and it's not everywhere on your sponge, when you go in, you're going to have to go over it a couple of times to fill in. Whereas now, I can pick up that paint. I'm just going to get rid of some of that, and then we're going to go in and we're going to start to blend here. So I'm just swirling very lightly all the way around here. Now this could be the front of a card. It could be on your rice papers. It could be on the front of a journal. It could be on the front of a book. It could be wherever you want it to be. It could be around a plant pot in your garden. Just make sure that you seal it then. I would use hybrid for that. And then seal it with your aquastone varnish in there. I'm just going to let that lilac just very softly start to come down that right hand side a little bit. And then if you think, oh, I've missed a bit of pink, just go back in. That's why I'm using a different colour now rather than flicking from one to the next, because it gives me the ability to then be able to go back in and blend that through. Right, so we've got those two colours down now. Let's add in a little bit of green. Like so. Another one there. Look, you will get these. It's not a thing. It's just, you'll just get them, because that's the way that the paint dries. Simple as that. Right, let's go in with a smaller sponge this time. This is why I like this. You've got the ability to switch from different sizes as well, because you're going to get 20 of these sponges in that pack. So if you're somebody that struggles with getting the amount of paint right on a stencil brush, and it always seems to be thicker in some areas than others, and you can't get that really soft blend, then try these, because these are really, really good for doing stuff like this. And I mean really good. So I'm swirling, and then as I start to come out to the edge, I'm just going to stipple that out. This would be lovely on a piece of furniture because it's super pretty. And if you want the full doily itself, or the full mandala, then you just flip your stencil over and go back over on the opposite side once this is dry. You can see now, and you can do this over paste. The great thing about stencils is that as long as you've got a really good quality stencil, which these are, if you paste, so if I had my Sirius and Capella here now and I pasted first and then let it dry, you can then put the stencil back over. Now the trick with that is when you lift your stencil, lift it vertically. So don't peel it away like that, because what will happen is as you lift it, those pieces will push that paste over. Get hold of it at the sides and lift it vertically, and then you'll get that nice depth. And then you can put your stencil back over the top, and then instead of you trying not to get your paint on the base of your canvas, because you just want it on top of that paste, you'll find that much, much, much easier to do. Right, let's go in with this yellow here. Now this is quite bright, so I'm going to use a very small amount of this and just to fill this in. Right, so let's go very gently, first of all, like this. So we're swirling into there. We're going to have to do some blending with this, but that's all right, because we've got all our equipment that we need to be able to do that blending. I'm just going to go in there with a little bit of green as I'm doing it. So while that yellow is a little bit wet, I'm just going to go in here and do a little bit of this. And we're just going to swirl like that right over to the edges, and then we're going to come back and we're going to pounce, because I want it faded out top to bottom as well as left to right. So we'll just very lightly, and even when you think, oh, there's not much paint left on my palette, keep going, because these sponges are made to artist quality standard. So you know that you're going to get a really good quality sponge, and you can see that because none of it is starting to pull out. Sometimes when you use a cheaper sponge, you get little bits that stick inside the stencil, and then it's a pain in the neck to start cleaning it. With these, you're going to get that fabulous, fabulous finish. Right, now then, because I taped down my stencil in the beginning, so I created a hinge, I can lift this now and have a look at it and see if I'm happy. Look at that blend. Isn't that just fabulous? You don't know where one colour starts and another one stops, and that's down to two things: the quality of the paint and the quality of the sponges. I mean, it's just immaculate, isn't it? Absolutely immaculate. But if you go and you think, oh, actually there's a little bit there, you can just then pop it back down, pick up a little bit more of that green, go into there like so, and just soften that out. And then when you're ready, you're good to go. I mean, how pretty is that? Super, isn't it? I love stencils like this. And then that will just go into some warm soapy water. Quick wash down with one of these in the sink. Use one of these, clean this at the same time, and then you're good to go. But how pretty is that? That on the front of a journal. Isn't that lovely? And you've done it, you've made it. That's the lovely thing about it. Imagine one of the rice papers, the one with a little bit more of the open space, that down the side in coordinating colours would look fantastic as well. Right, Andrew, what do you want me to do?
Should we have a look at some of the ones we've got left? Start at the back.
Have a look at what we've got left. Yes, please. Right, just while we're doing that now then, if you're ever caught short, that's not the right phrase, but just keep your sponges in the paint itself, and then they won't go hard while you're doing something else. Otherwise you've got to wash them out. Man, you're getting 20, so it really doesn't matter. Right, starting with the ones at the back. I'm going to bring this in because they're all falling off the board. They want to come and live with you, you see. That's what it is. They're on their way. Now then, these are stunning. So you have got 4 of the half mandalas. So rather than bringing you big stencils, we're bringing you the half ones so that you can then flip it over and create the whole mandala, which is lovely. You can also mask off some of these areas as well if you want to. So you're getting all 4 of the mandalas plus these 2 stunning borders. I love that. I think these in your metallics on black will look absolutely extraordinary. Think about doing these on fabric as well with the fabric paint, because then they could be your wraps around your cutlery at Christmas. You know, if you want to make something really, really, really special, then these are the stencils to do that with. And again, you know, you've just seen me use one of these. If you just stencil that onto the front of a 6x6 card and put a little sentiment on, you're done. And mixed media, I know is quite a scary word. It was for me. I was like, because it was mixed media art. And the word art instantly made me go, yeah, I can't draw. Which is ridiculous, isn't it? I know it's ridiculous. But in my head, that's what it did. And then went to Cadence. And mixed media is just about using a piece of plastic with a piece of foam with some paint. That's mixed media. Card and glue. You're doing mixed media when you're card making, which is interesting. Yes, Andrew?
Mandy's asked about the code for the sponges.
Mandy's asked about the code for the sponges. Shop double is going to get you 20. You will get a different look and feel than if you use a brush. I love the sponges. They're really, really good quality. I've had some before when you take the kids out and they go into the little toy section and they pick up some sponges and they go like that and the sponge falls off the end of the stick. Yeah, we've all done it, haven't we? These are actually melted into that sponge. They're really good quality. You see me just doing that, swirling through a stencil. That needs a good quality sponge, and that's what you've got. And also, I mean, I love my cut and use foam, don't get me wrong, but it's cut on it's on an angle. They're round. So they're much, much easier to work with. Right, now then, if you want borders, and these are really lovely. Look at these, aren't these fabulous? So you've got almost kind of Baroque with that one. A little bit Celtic there, I guess, and those 2. Then you've got this very pretty, delicate one through here as well. If you've got all your inks and your ink blending tools, you're going to have a ball with these. Love the rose. I think that on a black canvas just down the side would look absolutely exquisite. And then you've got your little daisy border. and you've got the one that's made up of hearts, which is super, super, super cute. So if you want those, shop borders, $14.99 will get you all 6 of these. Guys, these prices are extraordinary. Honestly, absolutely extraordinary. Please don't miss out on these deals. Right, Andrew, what else do you need me to go to, my lovely, please?
Small Galaxy, there's 2 left. The Small Galaxy mandalas.
Small Galaxy, 2 of these left. If you want these, you're going to have to be super, super, super quick. I love the fact that they've all got the hole in the top left corner, because you can then put them on like a jump ring if you want to, you know, those metal ones that clip. So you've got all of those. You're getting 16 of these. These are going to become your best friend, because if you've got a card and you think, oh, it just needs a bit of something in the background, maybe you bought the test tubes with those flowers that Stephanie had on the other day, and you need something as a background to put one of those onto your cards, because they're amazing. Love those. This might be the thing that just takes away that white space, and that for your Christmas cards is going to be absolutely fabulous, just as a background all over. You could also do it onto your acetate. Think about stenciling onto your construction weight acetate, so the front of your shaker cards has some detail in there as well. Now if you want this one, you're going to have to be really quick, because we've got 2 left. These with your foil pen, if you were lucky enough to get that deal last week before we sold out of all the foils, where you bought the foils and you got the pen free, or you bought it probably a month ago now, where you bought 1 pen and got another one free, these are going to be perfect with that. This is the kind of thing that your foil pen loves, because you've got that really fine nib, but you've also got the bolder one in there as well. You will absolutely have a bolder in these, and this is something that if you've got you know, like a USB port that you can put on a tray on your knee at night, put your foil pens in. This is the kind of thing that you can do with that, or take it out and about with you. You know, take it out and just sit there and do a little bit of colouring in, whatever it is. Right, if you want that one, Shop Galaxy, $9.99. Next one.
Shop Floral.
Shop Floral next.
8 left.
Now then, Shop Floral, this one. These are nice, I like these. These are your little silhouettes. So instead of buying dies for each one of those, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say they were £3 each a die, and that's being very, very, very conservative. That's £18 worth there. And all you would do is cut them out of a piece of black card, right? Well, now what you can do is stencil them with black paint or black ink, and that will give you that lovely finish. That is my favourite. I think that is absolutely beautiful. That done with a foil pen. And then once you've coloured it in solid, then take the very fine tip, put a different colour underneath and just flick. You remember when you were at school and you used to tick your friend's work like that? So you'd do that. And as you ticked, that line comes off the page and feathers out. You just do that with your foil pen and they look absolutely exceptional. I need that stencil in my life. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Then you've got your sunflowers. So you've got them as single heads. You've also got them on the stems facing forward, and you've got them on the stem facing sideways. You've then also got all of these individual ones as well. Then you've got your 5 different sunflowers, more of a stylized finish to this one, but great for backgrounds as well. And then this one for me is absolutely invaluable. If I was spending my money today, this would be the set that I would be going for, because I've got those 2 beautiful florals, but I've got my foliage. And I've got my foliage to be able to create my wreaths with. And if you want it facing in the opposite direction, you simply turn the stencil over, which is great. Honestly, stencils are an amazing tool. Look after them. They'll last you a lifetime, okay? Just be aware of when you are stenciling through some of these, especially like here where they're quite fine, work with the stencil. So if I was stenciling this, I'm not going to be pushing the paste out like that. I'm going to be pushing the paste up like that, or down, whichever. Try not to start in the middle and come out, because chances are you'll lift these. Although your stencil spray will help you a lot with that. Right, let's have a look at these alphabets just before I love you and leave you. I will be back on my own at 6 o'clock tonight with clay. I know. It's very exciting. Stephanie's going to have to show me how to use it, but we're going to have a lot of fun making clay flowers.
Both the alphabets have gone.
Oh, both the alphabets have gone. Well done. If you wanted those, you've got them. Right, my lovelies, I'm going to go and get some lunch, and then I am going to play with clay, and I'll see you at 6 o'clock. So join me, and then you can see what we've been up to. Also, keep your eye out on socials tonight. Amanda's and David's, they're going to the Rocky Horror Show. Can you imagine the stories they'll have to tell? Right, I'll see you at 6 o'clock. Have a lovely rest of your afternoon. Try and stay dry, because it's horrible out there, isn't it? And I'll see you at 6. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.